Hello guys, welcome back to another video. My name is ChiefDog74 and let's go ahead and get into this one then. So yeah, I'm back and well, the reason why I've been gone again is mostly because of work, but also I ended up getting fairly ill like the Wednesday before Gran Turismo 7 came out, which was a bit annoying. So I had that to contend with, and also last week I got COVID as well, but that wasn't as bad as the illness I'd had before, actually, probably mostly because of the fact that I'd been double vaccinated already. But yeah, I just wanted to talk today quickly about well, I say quickly, it's 23 minutes long, but I just wanted to talk about a few games that, you know, I've been playing recently, but one which is going to have to discontinue, unfortunately, is going to be Elite Dangerous, which you can see in the background here. This video was going to be, or this footage was going to be used for a video about a tour I did with Captain Bunny, going through the Maya system, the Nebula, the Witchhead Nebula, and going obviously close to the Horsehead Nebula. You can't actually go in it, but I got very close, as you'll see through the footage. But yeah, this is probably the end of Elite Dangerous as well. Of course, we called it a day for Rocket League, and we're gonna have to call it a day for Elite Dangerous, because as you've probably heard, console is not going to get any more support or updates apart from critical ones, which probably just means bug fixes and stuff. But yeah, I mean, technically I could continue playing because they've still kept the online open and stuff like that, but I just don't see a point really in playing, because, well, I sort of play because I know there's going to be more content on the way. It's a live game, so yeah, stuff, you can keep joining into stuff, but obviously that's now limited, because not only are we not getting Odyssey, I thought, you know, that would be bad enough for me, but just all console development completely gone out the window. And this sounds almost like PC development is, at least, obviously, if you have Odyssey, then, you know, it's fine. But if you don't have Odyssey and you're on PC, I don't even know if there's going to be updates for you, really. It's unclear, really. They haven't really said anything, I don't think. Probably because, obviously, you don't really want to say much more. It's a devastating blow. And it's not nice for my channel either, because I'm not really gonna film any Elite Dangerous content, because I just don't film on my PC. It's downstairs, so it'd be too noisy. So really the only games I can play are on PS4, and if there's a PS5 game that gets downgraded to PS4, then obviously I can play it then. But yeah, so calling it early on Elite Dangerous, which really sucks, because I really love this game. It can be really fun, especially when you have friends playing as well. Of course, there wasn't many people I knew actually played it, mostly just Cap Bunny. I sort of got him into it last year. But yeah, it's really annoying. It's really devastating, and it just really sucks that they couldn't find a way around it. The only thing I could see them coming back to is, you can actually see a glitch nebula there. I don't know why that happened, but the only way I can see us coming back to this game is if Frontier gets bought out by someone and then gives them more resources to the point where they could bring it back up and get people up to speed. But I'm not counting on that. I highly doubt that will happen. So yeah, pretty annoying, and I do have Elite on my PC downstairs, so technically I could still play it, just not film it. But and also if you don't have it, they made it free now, I think, or they're going to make it free, something like that. So if you are on console and you still want to play Elite on PC, then you can do. And of course then you'd be able to get Odyssey as well, which is always nice. But overall, yeah, just really, really not nice. I sort of wish that at least, like, maybe they could have incorporated some parts, like adding the Scorpion SRV, or maybe something small like carrier interiors, or not Starship interiors, space station interiors, something like that. But no, it's left to dry here, so it does mean I'm not going to be able to really do any videos, at least ones that I'd enjoy. Of course, there's lots of stuff still I could do on this game, but I don't see a point anymore, really. If there's not going to be content, and there's not going to be content, I don't know why I continue playing. But that's it for the Elite section of this video anyway. We've got the F1 section now, which should be a little bit more positive. Then we've got Gran Turismo at the end, which I'm going to just use Gran Turismo Sport, like my overtakes from previous videos that I've done. But anyway, to F1 then. This is just a clip that I did today. I just went onto a race in my livery and chose Callum Ilott as my teammate and just did a 5-lap race around Imola. Yeah, I've been enjoying this this season, 2022 season of F1. Definitely excited for when the game will come out, because the amount of overtaking has been brilliant in real life F1. I think, you know, the regulations have really helped. They've really shaked up the grid. We've got Ferrari and Red Bull battling out instead of Mercedes and Red Bull. What else we got? We got Haas lightning now up into the mid pack, as it was. Mercedes, of course, dropped down to the mid-lower pack sometimes, with 16th for Lewis Hamilton at Saudi. That wasn't nice to see as a British fan. And I do like Lewis. I sort of wanted him to get the 8th title in Abu Dhabi, but of course we had the whole thing which still haunts me today. I don't know why the recording skipped there. I do apologise for that, but I think it seems to only happen on F1. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. What I was saying is, yeah, I mean the Abu Dhabi part sucked, but they've made changes now, so hopefully it won't happen again. I mean, as much as I don't really like Max, I can appreciate that he did deserve the title just as much as Lewis. In fact, I think Max got more wins and podiums and stuff, but just wasn't so lucky at the first half the season, like with the tyre blowout in Azerbaijan. But I mean, you can't really change it now, can you? What's done is done. If Lewis doesn't end up getting an 8th title, he doesn't end up getting an 8th title. Not a lot he can do. He just needs to hope that Mercedes have an answer to the porpoising problems. It's not been nice to see McLaren down as well, because I like Lewis and I like Lando. I like Pierre. I'm happy Albon's back as well. He's sort of a local boy for us, so for me at least. So I'm very happy that he's back in the sport and back racing. Albeit in a Williams which, well, unfortunately hasn't made the necessary steps really to get back up into some of their perhaps former glory days back in the 90s and 80s and whatnot, that sort of era. But it's still good to see Alex Albon back. But yeah, no, my favourite team, McLaren, unfortunately not doing so well. But I mean, in Australian practice, they seem to be good on the timesheets. So maybe they're starting to have an answer to their problems. But I wouldn't bet money on it that they were back up to speed, unfortunately, because yeah, they just don't seem to have an answer, and they didn't get a lot of testing, particularly in the second half with Ricardo having COVID and well, so they had brake problems as well. So not been great for the boys in Papaya, but not a lot you can do really, I guess. Aston Martin have had a big flop as well. Alpine seem to be doing okay, but also not okay with their engines, as well as all of the Honda engines. Really, it's been terrible. The reliability of the engines, they're powerful, but they just seem to break so much. So that's sort of my view on the grid. Oh, we got Alfa Romeo as well, who've made brilliant steps along with Haas. So hats off to them. And Valtteri's still showing that he might have been number 2 at Mercedes, but he's definitely number 1 for Alfa, and he's doing a good job for them. So always nice to see, I guess, the porridge boss back in form. And unfortunately, the other news we do have to contend with is well, I say unfortunately, it's not that bad, but we have the Las Vegas Grand Prix in 2023. I don't know how good it's going to be. It's just free American races. I mean, America just doesn't like F1 as much as Europe and stuff. So I don't see why we should have so many races in a country which doesn't even care about them. I know, Drive to Survive did boost and did help to get people more involved from America and into F1, but it's not going to be I don't think it's really ever going to be the top sport. Maybe eventually, but they have IndyCar and NASCAR. They're more interested in going round and round and round in circles rather than going around tracks. So, and plus, like the Grand Prix. I mean, we'll have to see when we get there. We'll see what we get there, but the track doesn't look incredibly interesting, which isn't really helped by the fact that American streets are all built sort of in squares. There's not an incredible amount of turns. It's more just squares, and the Las Vegas Grand Prix really is just for fun. It's supposed to be like a fun, quirky little Grand Prix. But I tried doing a lap of it, sort of a lap in the Crew 2, because of course Las Vegas is a place there, but it's not incredibly accurate. This is definitely not what the Grand Prix is going to look like. I just tried to draw the track in the game based off of what we got from the images that were leaked. So don't think, oh my god, he's going through a car park here. Wow, this is going to be a brilliant race. We're going straight through a car park. Could crash into traffic. Because we're not. And it's all going to be boarded off, of course. There's not going to be any traffic. It's going to probably be a little bit later at night, I'd assume. And there's definitely not going to be this massive jumping bridge here. But I just sort of wanted to show you what it would sort of look like. So of course, there's an F1 car in the Crew 2, and Las Vegas is a place. So this is probably the closest you're going to get to early footage of what a Grand Prix could look like. But I understand that this looks completely garbage and is definitely not what the Grand Prix is going to look like. But yeah, that brings close to the F1 section. Overall, though, I am enjoying this season, and I am enjoying, or we'll see if we enjoy the Las Vegas Grand Prix. It's definitely going to be sort of an iconic one. I think it's going to be a bit like Monaco, where, you know, it's not necessarily the best for racing at, but it's just more iconic. Like, you know, Monaco, you don't think, oh wow, brilliant racing at Monaco. No, you think, oh, decent qualifying and a lot of track history. That's basically what Monaco is. It's sort of the reason why it's still on the calendar. But yeah, enough about F1. This is the Gran Turismo 7 section. Although I've got Gran Turismo Sport gameplay. I could do Gran Turismo 7 gameplay because I do have the game and I have been playing it. But I sort of wanted to save that for the next few videos which I'm going to be making. Of course, I didn't play a lot of this at launch because I was too busy working and feeling ill as well. In fact, you might still hear me sound a bit nasally. Not from that illness, but from the COVID I had a week ago, because I've just been testing positive and it's been really, really bad. So, and also, just in general, I won't be I am going to try post 3 videos next week, which are going to be about the Manufacturer series. This gameplay, by the way, is just like from my previous videos, the 3 previous videos that I've done on Gran Turismo. So if you want to see the full ones, they are still up on the channel, and you know, you'll get a story of how I've done these races and stuff. But yeah, so as I was saying, anyway, I have played some Gran Turismo. I only finished the story actually yesterday, because well, it sort of just took me a long time, because I mean, I've never done a Gran Turismo story. Gran Turismo Sport was my first GT, so I've never had to go through, you know, starting with your little, I mean, what even cars was it? Some sort of Mazda. I think that was the one I chose. I chose the Mazda, and and there's some other rubbish cars there, which you could choose, but nonetheless, I've finished it now, and I've actually entered the Manufacturer season as well. I've entered with Mercedes AMG, which I understand isn't the best car. I know it's not the best car, but I think it's more interesting, especially for me, at a driver rating of C, safety rating of S. It's more interesting for you guys if I choose some which perhaps isn't the best, but is still, you know, competitive. Well, sort of competitive. We all know that there does need to be a balance of cars, because RCZ, the Mazda and GR3 are incredible cars, and they do incredibly well around the majority of circuits. So definitely some changes need to be made. There was changes which needed to be made with microtransactions, but they have fixed that as of yesterday, and that's laughably easy to make money. Actually, if you just do the circuit experience, you'll get like almost 50 million, so that's so much more. You often get about 1 million per track if you get all golds, which getting all golds is it isn't necessarily hard. It was hard for me yesterday. I did one of them. I did the Corralado one, which again, they also patched the jumping physics, but I still had a really tough time. It took me like an hour and a half to get that one done, so yeah, definitely tough, but I got there in the end, and I got my 1 million credits from that. I think I'm now up to like 4 million, but I only did like two circuit experiences because I didn't get a lot of time, because I was also designing my my logo, which you might have seen as you clicked on this video, or if you scroll down now you can see my logo has changed. It's part of my work experience actually for my course, is doing these YouTube videos. They count, which is why I'm going to make 3 more next week, hopefully. One of them, or each one is going to be for the 3 times I've entered, or the 3 times I would have entered by then in the Manufacturers Cup, because I'm going to do 3 races of the Manufacturers Cup. I've done 2. I did 1 at Interlagos, 1 at Tokyo, High Speed Ring, which is a new track for me because I've never played it from previous games. I mean, I did a good amount of practice for the Manufacturers race, but nonetheless, so those videos, I'm hoping they come out, but I do have a load of work which I am just gonna have to get done. Fortunately, my course finishes fairly early compared to everyone else's. Mine's gonna finish sort of mid-May-ish, so around that time. So from there I'm gonna try and do a lot more videos and try and really push this channel into a good direction, and hopefully I'll be able to make a lot more content for you guys, and hopefully you enjoy more of my content, which I'm able to pump out. But yeah, so those videos I'm hoping will come out. I do enjoy Gran Turismo. Money making's fixed. Do need to fix the disconnects in lobbies though, and in like daily races and whatnot. Actually, it's not been a problem in daily races. It's been a problem in like Nations Cup and Manufacturers and that. But this is the liveries then that I made, because I'd made a livery for both the cars that I'm using in the Manufacturer series. This one is the Mercedes AMG GT3 from 2016, and it is a lovely car. I used black and blue and white as my colour scheme, sort of similar to how my channel sort of colour scheme is, and I did it sort of in the style of the original livery that was on Gran Turismo Sport for this car. I know it's used in real life, but I also applied the same livery. I had to make it from scratch, but applied the same livery for the GR4 car, which was the Mercedes SLS. That was it, the SLS for GR4. But yeah, that's gonna call it a close to this video. I know it was a bit of a talkative one. Well, it was a talkative one. That's the whole aim of the video. But if you did enjoy the talk, then be sure to hit the like button. Comment anything you enjoyed below. Subscribe if you want to. But till then, it's been Sheepdog74. I'll see you guys next time in a video in a week or so, and then I'll be doing more content. But bye.